What is a monarchy? Well, a monarchy is a form of government or leadership of government in which the person heading the government, the monarch, maybe a king, a queen, or other name for a dictator, is the head of state and for until they abdicate their position of power. In the form of a king or queen, it's oftentimes hereditary, so they remain in power based upon familial lineage. So with that being said, there are a couple of different types of monarchy. The first is an absolute monarchy, and that's where you have absolute power designated to the monarch. They are dictator. They have complete control over all aspects of the government, from the state of the economy to the affairs of state. All the decision making is centered with the monarch. A constitutional monarchy, like you see in England, for example, is more representative in nature. The monarch really doesn't have that much power or authority. Types of constitutional monarchy are parliamentary monarchies, limited monarchies, or otherwise referred to just as democratic monarchies. But the idea is that the government is run on democratic principles whereby the people are represented by the government agents and actors, but the monarchy still exists largely for a head of state and ceremonial function that they carry out. Now, for the purposes of business or economic activity, absolute monarchies tend to be associated with command economies, that is, where the dictator is dictating economic output and much of the country's resources and sources of production are owned by the dictator or monarch in the name of the country. And it's also associated with crony capitalism because individuals close to the monarch and the monarch, him or herself, oftentimes has close relationships with any private actors out there in the economy, firms and individuals who are producers of goods and services, and receive some form of favoritism or advantage by that relationship with the monarch. So with that being said, absolute monarchies closely associated with command economies, and if there is an element of free enterprise, you oftentimes see a level of crony capitalism there, where constitutional monarchies oftentimes are governed by, once again, capitalism all the way to areas of socialism. So that is what is a monarchy.